What's up, guys? Welcome to a new episode of Talking Figures. As always, I am Tony. Today, I'm proud to be joined by this guest. Excuse me. He's a gentleman you know in the chat rooms on pretty much everybody's live streams, but he's got his own channel now it's grown pretty quickly. He's got custom builds, great toy hauls, and you get a look at his awesome personality. All the way from the Ocean State, the man with the deepest voice in the business, Woody Triple Deuce. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thanks, Tony, man. It's an honor to be on the show. Much appreciated.
Dude, it's an honor to have you here, man. Because like I said, you were like one of the first guys that started commenting and actually made me realize that people are watching. Because, for a while you're posting and you're just throwing it in the ether. You don't know if anybody's actually going to watch it. And at the time when I am posting it, it's like you say, it's just for you as like basically a visual diary of what you have and what you've collected over the years. But you don't think that it's going to touch somebody somewhere else and they're going to, watch you and comment and actually, like, we'll get into something later because I got a box today, first time ever from a subscriber, and
nice.
it really fucking hit me in the heartstrings. But let me get to the questions here because I've been meaning to ask you a bunch of this stuff. So I've noticed you said in a lot of these chat rooms that you have been a collector for quite some time, but let's pinpoint when you started collecting, because we all get action figures as kids. Did it start then, or did it start as you got older, you got back into it? When did it actually start for you?
Well, it kind of started when I was a kid. I said in a past video, I had toys. We're from the same kind of background, so we didn't have a lot of toys, and I never let anybody play with my toys because I was like in the collector spirit back then. Like I would play GI Joes with friends and kids in the neighborhood, but I only used my stuff. Nobody touched my stuff because I just didn't have a lot of stuff. So I wanted to make sure it stayed good condition. I've always had that in me.
Very protective, very protective of your stuff.
Yeah. And I did the normal thing. You get out of toys, you find girls, you find cars, all that kind of stuff, high school. But I always had it in me. And then I kind of got back into it in 98, right after high school. With the Toy Biz figures.
Okay. Was it so?
That's kind of what started it off.
Because it was called Marvel Legends back then too, with the Toy Biz, right?
Yeah, the Toy Biz Marvel Legends with barely any articulation and in the clamshell package and stuff like that. What happened was I worked at. I just got the job at the place I'm still working now, but I had part-time jobs because back then they were starting. I think I was making $8 an hour. So I needed a part-time job, and I worked at Ames.
Oh, wow. I remember
Ames department store. Stocking shelves, and I would always put out the toys and everything. So that kind of just sparked the interest again. That, and then episode 1 figures, when they came out around the same time, that kind of got me back into it, and I've been going hard ever since.
Collecting ever since,
that sparked the G.I. Joe, getting all the 3 3/4 stuff that I had. That's when it really started, like 99, 98.
So did you have G.I. Joes as a kid?
Yeah. G.I. Joe.
Did you watch the cartoon and stuff?
My favorite.
All right, so you've been into G.I. Joe for like a very long time, obviously, since a kid. Yeah. I remember G.I. Joe the cartoon. Like I just recently got into the comic books because I didn't even know it was I hate to say be this guy, but I didn't even know it was a comic book series.
Me either.
Like I had no idea. I just remember the cartoon as a kid, and I remember the toys. So now when I go into these chat rooms and I hear these guys talking about how great the comic is, and I'm like, wait, what the hell are they talking about? Yeah, and then you read the comic and you're like, oh, this is pretty badass. I didn't realize that this was like in depth with the Joe stuff, But
I definitely want to get back into them.
Yeah, dude. If you don't have them, the problem is you got a back catalog and they don't have all the old ones, so you got to like kind of, I guess, digitally download them. And they I think like the license has changed hands. So it's hard to find like them all, but I was trying to find like the omnibus, the big book.
Yeah.
And it's like $500. And I ain't going to spend that much money on a book.
I got that. I bought that.
Say, dude, like you're
but I backed it. I backed it from the beginning. I think I only paid $250 for it.
Okay. Yeah. Cause like when I was at the comic shop, the guy was like $500. I was like, fuck you.
You might still be able to get it online. I'll send you a link later.
Please do. Yeah. Cause I do want to read. I do want a back catalog, but I've been collecting the Cobra Commander ones. I would highly recommend them, dude. if you want to.
Yeah, I got them. I haven't been to the comic shop in a couple of weeks. I've made it up to Duke number 5 and Cobra number 3, I think.
I think that's where I'm
Cobra
at too.
Commander
Yeah,
3.
yeah. So let's just jump right into this then, since you have, like you said, GI Joe, and then Marvel got you back into it. What is your favorite line? Is it GI Joe?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
I
Was it the in-depth character roster, or like all the vehicles?
It was the characters really because I grew up in a, diverse neighborhood and, everybody wasn't white. They had
Yeah.
black guys, they had Asian guys, they had native people.
That's how I explained it to my wife. Like,
Hmm.
'cause she was like, she showed me watching. I had like the live stream on, and she was like, "Why did you watch this? This is so silly." And I said to her, "I was like, this taught me about diversity." I was
Hmm.
like, "This was the first
Hmm.
cartoon I watched, with the exception of X-Men, where it wasn't just all white people." I was like, it
Yeah.
was different. I mean, were they kind of little stereotypical and a little
Oh,
like
hell
raised,
yeah.
like quick kick, like, yeah, yeah.
Hell
But
yeah. Hell yeah.
it taught me that there was other people out there that were heroes and everything like that. So everybody's equal.
Hmm.
That's what it taught me. Like, when I really watch, like, when you really think about the message. But yeah, man, I'm glad that I wasn't the only one who noticed that. I'm glad that
No,
there
it
was other
was
people out there.
Doc and Roadblock. And then,
Yeah.
my favorite character of all time, I don't know if you know him, is the guy called Hardball.
No, I see. I
He
don't
was a
remember any of these
he's a
characters.
black baseball player, and I used to just you see the Yankees hat. I loved the
Yeah,
Yankees since I was a kid, and then they came out with a black baseball player, and I was hooked. I
that's
was
sick.
already hooked, but that
Yeah,
really solidified it for me.
yeah. I want them to make those guys again, because they had Refrigerator Perry, and then they
Hmm.
had a basketball player too, didn't they?
Yeah, Big Lob, but he was later in
Yeah,
the 25th,
yeah. Right. So he was
and
much
he
later
came
in
out
the.
in the movie, but they never had a figure for him ever till the
Okay.
25th line.
Oh wow, dude. So this is how in depth you are. Like,
Oh yeah, I
like
know.
the lines and
82 through
stuff.
90, there's really
Yeah.
nothing that can stump me.
That's sick, dude. I like I said, I'm so ashamed when people ask me how why I got in like to why I got into classify, because when I was a kid, it was hard for me to get into GI Joe. Like, I had GI Joes, like I had a lot of them,
Yeah.
but like it was hard to really get into them because I wanted the vehicles, and my mother and father would just refuse. They were like, "We're not spending that much money for you to destroy it." Like, absolutely not. So it was just like they kind of knew the inevitable would happen. You'd break it, and they
Yes.
would just like preventative maintenance. They're like, "No, we're not buying
Yeah,
it."
we actually played with stuff like hard
Yeah.
when we were
Oh, jeez,
kids.
dude. Oh my god, yeah. Because you didn't know. You didn't know, right? So you just play with
Yeah.
them things.
You
You beat
don't
the
know you're
shit
gonna
out of them.
break it till you broke it.
Exactly. Exactly. And they had the foresight to be like, "No."
I
Like, "I'm not
remember
spending."
a hilarious story that's in my life. My mother, I got the radio control car GI Joe for Christmas.
That's awesome.
Opened it up, couldn't wait. Got batteries in it. 4 seconds into it, I drove it into a wall and it smashed into pieces. And that was the end of that. And
Oh
now
my
that
god,
thing
dude.
is worth like $600.
It's crazy. Dude, my friend had a GI Joe card. I don't know if I did it because I was an asshole as a kid, or if somebody else did it, but like they threw it down. You remember like the old sewer grates, like
Yeah.
in the city? They just wheeled it right down into that,
Yeah, because
and
you
he
could fit
couldn't.
a kid into those sewer grates back
Yeah,
then.
and the fucking like kid flipped out. He's like, "What the fuck?" Like, he loved that toy, And I just remember thinking in my head, like, this is why my mother doesn't buy me these things. Holy shit,
Definitely.
it does happen. Like,
Yep.
holy crap, man. All right, so I always ask this of every guest. Some people don't have an answer. Some people, they do have an in-depth answer. Some people, I assume, will want me to edit their answer because, but
Oh, I'm nervous
yeah,
now.
I always ask, what is some of the negatives to toy collecting, or what are some of the negatives that you discovered while coming onto the internet or YouTube and discovering how many people are collecting toys and have channels and things of that nature?
I'm kind of new to this. I discovered this toy tubing during COVID.
Yeah,
I
me
was out
too.
of
By the way,
work for a week because there was a COVID scare. I'm lucky I never even got that shit, which was crazy to me. But there was a
me
scare
neither.
in my work, and
Oh shit.
so I'm at home and I'm GI Joe Classified's just been out for maybe 6, 7 months, and I'm like, I just type in GI Joe Classified and Savage Land. First dude pops up. So
That's how
I'm
I
on
found him.
him. He leads me to Punk with Toys, and then the negativity. I mean, is I was watching Violent in the beginning.
Okay.
I don't want to say names like that, so you might have to edit that part. But there was a
Yeah.
channel that made me just realize, like, we're grown men complaining about toys. If you don't like it, don't buy it. It's that simple,
Uh,
man. I
yeah.
don't get it.
Yeah. I don't like I never discovered that guy that you just said. Like I said, I'll
Thank
beep the
God.
name. Yeah, I'll beep the name out. But
Yeah.
um I found other drama things that made me laugh. And I was just like, I'm just playing with toys. Like, here's the thing. I've never really grown up here.
Yeah.
So
Same.
I want to
Same.
play with this shit. And that's why I started, all the other stuff, the stop motion and play motion. Because originally it
Mm-hmm.
was just about photography. Like, I kind of stumbled upon action figure photography on Facebook with the articulated comic book art page. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
you can do that with these things? Like, it wasn't even like a thought in my mind. I couldn't believe the pictures I was seeing. And I was taking photography as a hobby. And then
Yeah.
that's how, then like I said, you just go on YouTube and you type in the brand just to
Mm-hmm.
see, is anybody else doing this stuff? And that's
Yeah.
the same way. That's how I discovered Savage Land and all these other guys. I was like, oh, wait a minute. They review toy. They do all this shit. Holy crap. This is brilliant. I didn't even think. And that's when my wife said, you should start posting your shit, dummy. And then
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
didn't
oh,
even know. I'm watching it the first couple days on my phone. Then I discover like you can put it on your TV. I'm like, oh shit! Like I'm not a
exactly.
computer guy at all. I'm just
Yeah.
from the generation that didn't need them.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
I was,
45, so the internet was a thing, but you had to have a phone line. I mean, we didn't
yeah.
even have a phone back then. We
Yeah.
was
I'm
po.
41. So I'm like I'm literally right behind you.
Yeah.
So I remember all that stuff, like the dial up
Rich
modem.
people had the internet back then
Oh
because
yeah,
you had to have two phone lines.
for sure. Yeah, for sure. And you always got yelled at when you were tying the shit up and running up the
Yeah,
phone bill.
but I never got yelled at because we never even had it.
And I don't know how we stumbled upon it when we did, but
Yeah.
man, you got yelled at for running running up that
I
phone bill.
didn't go on the internet till I got my first smartphone in '08 when they were invented. That was the
Holy,
first time on the internet for me.
that's crazy. Oh, you know what? I'm good because the internet is not good for people.
Yeah,
That's the
and
one thing I'm learning.
you know this. I don't do social media. I
Yeah,
don't. I'm chill, man. I just want to stay away from all that negativity. I mean, there's great parts to it, but also a lot of bad parts that come with that kind of stuff.
no, for real, for real. And like I said, I've seen some people learn it the hard way.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
I've no personal experiences and shit like that. But let's not bum people out. Let's keep let's keep it
Yeah,
in
definitely.
the realm of what are some lines apart from GI Joe, apart from Marvel? Like I said, I noticed you said on your channel you only collect the MCU figures. That's
Yeah.
the only part where we differ, by the way, because I only collect comics. I don't like the MCU, but we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Um, Besides those two lines, what are some other lines that you look at and you're like, oh man, I gotta really jump into this one because I really like what I'm seeing.
Oh, it was Masterverse for sure. That's like
My man,
fast. That's fastly moving up to number two for me. I mean,
oh, I love that
the
figure. I love it,
articulation, the detail on those figures is crazy to me. You
dude.
look at the Origins figures and then you look at the Masterverse and you're like, how did they make that from that?
I
And that's
know.
what's crazy.
When I discovered Masterverse, I was just like, why isn't no one talking about this line? I don't
Mm.
know if anybody just doesn't care because they're all kind of the same body mold. But like like there's 30 points of articulation on that figure. 30.
Yeah.
Like the
Oh,
other
I
ones,
love them.
there's like 22, I think max. Like on Marvel Legends, I think might be close,
Yep.
like 26. But like nobody has the amount of articulation that those like. I know some of them is stupid.
Yeah.
Like some of the figures are stupid, but like even GI, like when you look at some of the GI Joe figures, you're like, what the fuck? Who's this?
Yeah,
Like so.
exactly. Yeah.
Every line to me has that,
You
but
have
like
to. I mean,
nobody talks about Masterverse enough, man, dude.
nobody's
So
gonna like everything. I mean,
yeah,
you can be in love with the line and complete the line and be a completionist and everything, but you're
yeah.
not gonna like every figure that comes out.
No, that's very true. That's very true. Like which one is eluding me because I'm like you, I'm a completionist. Is the web store Webster or whatever his name is, a Masterverse figure.
Yeah.
He came and went, and now he's like 70, $80. Like I saw a
Mm.
couple of times 100. I was like, Jesus.
Those are the only ones I don't really have because I just probably discovered it about 8 months ago, and
Yeah, yeah,
since then I've bought 40, 45 figures, but I'm saving the I just I'm buying the $20 ones, the $30
yeah,
ones, them $80 ones. I haven't got any of those yet.
yeah. You inspired me with the going on to the clearance on Big Bad.
Yeah.
'Cause I see
Oh
your toy
man.
hauls, and I'm like, "Where did he like, what?" And then, like, "These are clearance?" And then I
Yeah.
went on there and I started finding all kinds of shit, and I'm like, "Oh, man, this guy is brilliant."
And you build it up and you pay for it then you just pay the taxes later when you want to, and you can get 45 figures or whatever shipped to your house for $4. I mean, you
Hey,
can't beat
dude,
that.
hell yeah, dude,
And they
that's
have figures like you said, you're like, wow, this is on clearance.
yeah. And when I go in there now, like, I was on there today, and I was like, "Oh, man, there's so many I wanna grab. There's
Mm-hmm.
so many I wanna grab."
Yeah.
Uh, so what haven't they made? What line haven't they made? Or what figure haven't they made that you're like, "Man, when the hell are they gonna make this guy? Because I wanna buy him, or I wanna get into this line."
Into a new line.
Yeah. It could be anything.
Yeah, I would say probably Mask.
That's a
I
good
loved
one.
that line when I was a kid, but I understand why, you see people online like, oh, bring back Mask, but there ain't too many of us. I guarantee it.
No,
It's
that's an
not
even
going to be worth it for them.
yeah, that's an even more niche of,
Yeah, yeah.
like, even more niche than G.I. Joe and He-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And
GI
I think
Joe
that
and
would
and Motu, they're major
yeah,
lines. They'll never die. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They
yeah,
might go
yeah.
away for 3 years, but they'll come back.
Yeah,
Mask
absolutely.
it died in friggin' '89, and people don't even know what it is now.
Yeah. I think it would be a little expensive too because they would have to come with cars at a 1/12
Yeah.
scale, so you're asking a lot of that line.
Even that
Mm,
the guy there, Ramen Toys, he's trying to make them, but I'm
yeah.
not paying $90 for a masked vehicle.
Yeah, no, that's a
They're
lot. You know,
dope
if
and
I
everything. He's doing great work, but
yeah.
I
The
can
only
spend that $90 on three GI Joes or something.
yeah, for real. The only thing I would get from Ramen Toys right now is the, A-Team van.
Oh
I
yeah,
just
I
like
want
because 'cause I'm a
that.
huge A-Team fan, but, like, I see a lot of his stuff, and I'm just like, "Man, where am I gonna put that?" What am I gonna do with that? Like, these are cool vehicles, but, like, I saw that he's making the mask, but is it 1/12 scale or is it, 1/18? I'm not
I think
sure.
it's 118 and it's
Yeah.
$90. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
that's steep for me. But I
Yeah,
get
for
it's
real.
a niche market and he has to create things from scratch on that because
Yeah.
it ain't
He
around
has
anymore.
he has the Centurions, the
Those are
figures.
dope too, but
Yeah.
again, too it's I mean I can afford it, but I'm smart. I'm
Yeah.
they're $60 a piece or whatever. That's crazy. If they were
Yeah, it
30,
is.
that'd be different.
Yeah, 30, 35. That's usually where I get
Yeah.
my max limit on figures. I'm like, "Come
Mm-hmm.
on, man."
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why one of the reasons why I refuse to get into Super 7. I know a lot of people have their
Oh.
gripes with Super 7, and
Yeah.
obviously I do too because 'cause I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I I usually this is what I do, maybe we're birds of a feather, but I usually buy one figure to test it out. Alright, am I gonna like this line? Am I gonna like this figure? Can I take pictures of him? Can I how well does he articulate for stop motion? These are the things that run in my head, right?
Yeah.
So I purchased Lion-O because that's the line that I'm waiting for. The Thundercats. I want Thundercats to come back, but I want it's like Hasbro or like Masterverse to make them,
Yeah.
because they'll make them cheap and they have good
Mhm.
articulation. I'll buy them immediately. So the Super 7 one came and I was so disappointed, like so disappointed in the figure. And I was just like, man, I can't justifiably spend $50 on more of these,
Mm.
and get like this level of articulation. And I don't want to say it like I don't knock people's quality control, but they're very fragile.
Oh, hell yeah.
I get worried about breaking things, especially like so when you're doing photography, you got to switch hands and heads, and
Mhm.
it can happen real quick. So
Yeah,
I
God
don't
forbid you get halfway through a shoot or something and then you break the hand and then you're assed out.
exactly. Then you got to just hope that you have sticky tack, or you're just going to be mad and pissed because you broke a $50 figure. It's one of the reasons
Yep.
why I don't like jump off the why I don't jump off like the Japanese figures, the
Mm,
SH figure arts, stuff like that. It's just too expensive for a
yeah,
figure that's small and stuff. I can't justifiably spend that much money on
yeah. I see Articulated Ninja and guys like that buying them. I'm like, those are
it. The Articulated
they're
Ninja, dude. You
dope though.
see,
They're dope
yeah,
figures, but
he introduced me to 5K Toys. You go there? You go to that website?
no, I've heard of it through him, obviously.
It's a good website if you want like third party toys, like something that
Mm,
you wouldn't get from like a major line. You know, like I he kept putting it over, putting it over, putting it over. I'm like, you know what? Let me just take a look. And that's where I found the Death figure from my favorite video game, Darksiders. And I'm like, whoa, they made this a toy? Pre-order,
mm,
you know, like
mm.
immediately. But I would check that out if you ever want, like, if you're into some like anything, you
The
want to.
animal figures that he shows, I mean,
They're usually there.
they're
They're usually
there,
there.
yeah, and they look dope. Like those bears that he gets and the
Hmm.
rhinos and stuff. I mean, those are
Yeah,
dope figures. But
yeah,
they don't really fit into my theme that I collect. But
exactly, exactly.
I would get
When
one
I
or
think,
two one day, maybe, possibly.
yeah, when I usually think like about that kind of figure, like an animal figure, it's usually, am I gonna have this fight Conan or He Man? Like, because that's basically all you can do with it. You know, it's like
Yeah.
mythic. You know, swords and sorcery. You can't really have the GI Joes fight a mutated bear. You know, what I'm saying, it makes sense. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, I I I enjoy third party figures, but they're pricey too, man. They're
Yes.
not. And again, do you trust them? Like Super
Hmm.
7 is kind of like a major line, and their shit breaks quick. You know, NECA
Yes.
too. NECA breaks real
Yeah.
fast if you fuck with it. You know, so who's to say these third party ones that are like double the price won't do the same? It worries me. You know, like
Yeah, I
that's why
stay
I'm
away
careful.
from them. I
Yeah,
own one Super 7, the Cobra Commander from the cartoon with the red cape. I mean, but I got that on clearance for like $25, and that's the only one I've ever wanted. I was watching an Aaron stream one day, and he opened the Snake Eyes, dropped it, and his leg came off instantly. I mean, that solidified. I already knew that would happen. Plus, the articulation ain't there. I don't like that about them.
yeah. That guy
And
got shit
they're
for it,
all
didn't
their
he?
figures are the same, right? Like the Thundercats, they all have the
Yeah,
same articulation, right?
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's all the same. So like when I saw it, because originally I had the Conan ones pre-ordered. And as soon as Lionel came and I saw what it was, I immediately canceled my pre-orders. I was like,
yeah,
I,
yep.
it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Hmm.
It just I don't like what I was seeing.
That Kit Bash Conan you did was doper than anything they would have put out anyway.
Masterverse.
Yeah,
That's the recipe.
was that Savage He Man?
No. It was the what was the one? He came with armor. It was the Barbarian New Eternia He-Man.
Okay.
So
Oh,
like
Viking He Man or something like that, was it?
that was
Yeah.
it. Yep, he had the helmet. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
And
I got that one.
basically I heated up his head, pulled the helmet off. I had an
Hmm.
extra Marvel Legends Sentry head, so I
Yep.
pulled the hair off that head, put it on that head, and then I just painted it black. And he looked like fucking Conan. I was like, holy
Yeah,
shit!
that figure was dope. I was happy for you because I know I could tell through your videos how much you like Conan, and then
Oh,
you
dude,
could
I
hear
got
it
my hair on the
in your
wall.
voice that you were really happy.
Yeah, dude, like to know, like too, like with the He Man was basically based off Conan. Like that's how the
Hmm.
line started. Was
Yeah,
just to like, there's so many. I love swords and sorcery. That's like my bread and butter. Like don't get me wrong, I like GI Joe and things like that, but Conan and He Man, I love those figures. Like I'll always visualize that kind of stuff first before like military stuff and
yeah.
sci-fi stuff.
Hmm.
So like when that line came out, and I realized that I can make barbarians and fucking Conan, dude. I was all in.
Yeah, I see that you
This
do.
is another
Sometimes you
question I
stream
ask
like
people.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, you got again. That's a niche thing too.
Hmm. Hmm.
Very
But that's
niche.
dope, man. I mean,
Yeah, very niche.
everybody got to do what they like. That's what I feel like. And even if somebody don't
Yeah.
like it, you like it, so just do it.
Hell yeah, dude. That's a good time when you start rolling. Use your imagination. Don't get me wrong. A
Hmm.
certain herb helps.
Oh yeah, that's the imagination spark
Yeah,
right
hell yeah.
there.
All right. So I asked this question, and people sometimes don't answer it. But what's the most you've ever spent on a figure or vehicle, or whatever?
The most.
Even if like if you bought it, you're like, what the fuck did I just do?
When I got back into GI Joe ARAH, I spent like $1,200 on a flag. That's the most expensive thing I ever bought, and the second most expensive thing was the Terradrome. I want to say I paid $650 for it,
Oh
but
man.
these are all complete. You know, I'm not. I try not to chase down parts because that can get expensive in that line.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Do you do you get it like mint in box, or does it just come like you
no,
make sure it's complete?
all my when I collected GI Joe, that was mostly over those 20 something years I've collected. It's been ARAH, and it's all loose. I like it loose. I want to play with it. I want to look at it. I want to dust
Wow.
it. I want to put it on a shelf and pull it off if I want.
Dude, you're just like me, man, for sure. Uh, how long do you think you're gonna be collecting? Forever, or is there? You think there's a time limit on it?
Well, I think it's forever now because, a lot of collectors, they have that issue where who am I going to leave this crap with?
Mm, yeah,
My daughter, my youngest, is right there with me, man. She loves this. I teach her about G.I. Joe and all the lore,
that's
and
awesome.
she can recite, she knows every number, who it is, and
Uh,
we're
wow,
just
that's
into
awesome.
it, man. And I'm
That's
glad
awesome.
that my oldest, she doesn't care two shits about it, but my youngest she loves it. She's right there with me. We go toy hunting sometimes, and
That's awesome,
she's
dude.
right there.
Fuck, right on, dude. It's nice that you have that. You know
Hmm.
that you can go toy hunting with her. You
Yeah,
just talk toys with her. That's cool, man. It's like a little
and
best friend.
it's not gonna. I can tell it's not gonna go away because
Yeah.
of how passionate she is. It might, they're
Mm.
like all of us. It's gonna go away for a little bit, but
And then it'll come back.
it's gonna be in there.
Yeah, for sure.
It's in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you said she already streams video games and stuff, so she's already on that path.
Well, no,
You know,
that's
she's
my oldest. My oldest is
oh, really?
she's the one with the headphones and the friggin' microphone, and
Oh, damn.
she's got the computer screen and the computer that she built with water in it and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. I can't do all that. I can't. I couldn't do all that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
too much. Toys is where I draw the line. Video games, I'll play a video game for like 2 weeks, and then it's like bored. I'm like, all right, I'm over it.
yeah. I gave up
Mhm.
on video games after Genesis. After the 3 buttons, I was done. I can't keep up with like 7 buttons.
Yeah, I'm
I
the
don't
same
care
way, dude.
that much about that. I'd rather devote my time to something else.
Yeah, I'm
Not
like,
to hate on anybody who does it. It's just
no, I
not for
agree.
me.
I'm a hands-on guy. Like, I like to make
Yeah.
stuff. Like, so to me, it's like playing video games. Not like, and I don't knock anybody who does it, but like, I feel like it's a waste of time. Like, you look at the clock and it's like hours have gone by. And it's like, what the fuck? What happened to the whole day?
Yeah.
That's usually where I kind of like my hands need to be doing something. I'd rather
Hmm.
be
Hmm.
messing
I
around and
work
making.
with these young kids now, and they're like, "Oh, I was up all night gaming." They try to come to work and using grinders and welding equipment, and I'm like, they're
Yeah.
falling asleep. I'm like, this is dangerous, man.
Yeah, do not do that stupid. Yeah, for sure.
They're up playing
Yeah,
Call of Duty or something all friggin' night. I
yeah.
don't get it.
That's what the game is. That and Fortnite and all that other
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. A lot
Sometimes.
of them are on the Fortnite tip. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought up your job. I know you can't talk much about it because the NDA. I had to sign one when I worked at West Point.
Hmm.
Uh, what got you like? Did you go to school for it? And then did
Nope.
you like kind of just found this job? Like what happened?
What happened is, I've always loved building things and creating, and I knew I wanted to be in the Navy. So a lot of high
Okay.
school, I signed up. I took the ASVAB, all that kind of stuff, but I ended up getting in some trouble.
Oof.
I got, I was for a quick minute. I always quote Nas because he's like, I tried the shoe on, it didn't fit, so I put it away.
Uh,
I was, stealing cars and getting into that kind of stuff, chop shops and all that kind of shit.
oh wow.
So I got busted, and that was the end of that Navy dream. Because
Yeah.
the crazy part is I wanted to be on submarines, so that's why I joined the Navy,
Yeah. Oh,
and
shit.
now I just build them. So it's like the second best thing that could have happened.
It was like a destiny.
I was always enamored with that. I could be retired at 38 because all you had to do was
Uh,
20 years.
yeah. Yeah.
but
I
that
follow
I
you, bro.
fucked that up. So I mean, hey, you live and you learn. That was one of the major life lessons you have to learn from, and I did.
Hey, man, there was a reason.
Hmm.
Fate stepped in, and you found, like I said, you found a different path to
Hmm.
working around and being around submarines and stuff like that.
Exactly.
That's
And I
that's a
actually
pretty awesome
probably
story.
would like it better now because I
Yeah,
love my job, and I can't talk about it too much, but I
yeah.
they give me a section. I can tell you what I do. They call it a sheet metal mechanic.
Okay,
I build the bunk areas, the galley. I'm basically building houses, rooms on submarines.
that's sick, dude.
The
That's
washrooms, like the bathrooms,
yeah,
not the plumbing and stuff. I'm building the actual room, putting the walls up,
awesome stuff. Yeah,
the cabinets for the sinks, and that also entails like ventilation. We do all the so they can breathe. They're in a steel tube, you
yeah.
know,
Obviously,
hundreds of feet under the water. So what
dude,
that
that's
means is,
amazing.
yeah, they need air and they need to go to the bathroom, and we
Yeah,
built the galley, the kitchen, all that kind of stuff.
that's amazing, dude. That's like I salute you, bro.
And they
Like
it's dope because you just get a section of floor, a deck.
Yeah,
They call it a deck. So you get a section of deck, and you have to imagine a kitchen being there. They give you blueprints and all that, and
yeah,
I just build it from the ground up. And
yeah.
that's what I love. I love building.
Hell
I
yeah,
love
dude.
creating, man.
What a great story, though, for real.
Yeah.
Like that's a great story. Like you still found your way. It was like I
Hmm.
said, it was like fate. It was almost like destiny. Like you were gonna
Yeah.
become involved with submarines because you liked it so much, and maybe the Navy wasn't the path, but you found the
Yeah.
path
That's how
regardless.
I look at it. It wasn't destined to be. I mean, yeah, I shouldn't have been doing what I was doing, but
Yeah, dude,
you
that's amazing.
I always equate major life lessons to bettering yourself. So that was a I had to learn that lesson, and I
Yeah,
haven't done anything like that since, man.
for real,
I had
dude. Think
my
about it this way,
daughter.
man. You made a mistake, but you corrected it, and like I said, the universe rewarded you
Yes, yes,
with
exactly.
with this amazing life, dude. For real,
Hmm.
that's a great story, dude.
I'm
For
heavy
real, for
into
real.
karma and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Some people call me like a hippie but I'm not. It's just
yeah.
do unto others as they're gonna do to you. It's the same. It's the same thing. If somebody treats you like crap, I don't even treat them like crap back. I just keep it moving. You know what I
Just keep
mean?
it moving.
Yeah,
Fucking men, brother. Amen. For
they're
real.
not worth it. Like
Yeah.
I'm still gonna
No,
be a good person. I don't need you in my life.
dude. I gotta yell at my wife all the time for that. She's all about revenge. I said, "Would you stop for a second? Would you chill? Jesus,
Yeah, just
let
keep
it
it
go.
moving.
Turn the other cheek. God damn it."
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh my goodness. Now I gotta ask the question because, like I said, I saw the video and I loved it. I love the name of the table. But what was the process when you just sat down and decided I'm gonna build a table? Now I know the inspiration was taken from our good friend Savage Land,
Yes.
but your table is much different than his because you built
Yeah.
this thing from scratch. So I
Yeah.
definitely want to know the process and what went into it. Because, like you just said, when you work at your job, you have to imagine
Hmm.
the room there. So did you imagine this table in your head
Yep.
early, and what
Same
was the process?
process. I my room downstairs when I pop the video on YouTube Monday, you'll see I had all four walls were just taken up, but the
Okay,
complete center of the room was wide open. I want to say 13 by 15 room or something. So it
that's
was
big.
just wide open, and I'm like, I need storage here. I'm gonna make like I thought of my kitchen island,
Okay,
and then so that was gonna be just a plan, and it was just gonna be a piece of plywood with some shelves and stuff around it. And then I'm buying the shelves, and I'm like, I can buy some. I went on Amazon. I seen some fake grass, and that it just sprouted from there. And then the river came. It was everything just came to me, like you said, just imagining it in my head.
dude, it's amazing how the process works, isn't it? Once that
Yeah.
creative
Hmm.
juices they start rolling, it's
Yes.
amazing what you got. Are you going to get into photography now that you have the table, or is that a thing, or you just have it set up just so you can like set things up and look at it?
Yeah. It's just for me to set up things and look at it. I don't really have that eye. I think like you have for pitches and stuff like that. And there's not a problem. I just want to play with my toys and
Hell yeah, dude. There's nothing wrong with that,
I
dude. I'm
love
trying
going
to.
down there and setting things up with my 10-year-old, and we
Oh yeah,
make guys like they're running. I mean, you
dude.
got to
Some of
have
the
patience. You put them on one foot, balance them. I mean,
Dude, some of the balancing that I've seen you do
yeah.
is top notch, man. Like I can't, I don't have that patience. I always tell, I always
Well,
tell
you know
Savage,
what gives
man, like,
that patience?
oh, dude, for real. But like I always tell Savage, I'm like, sticky tack is my best friend. Like
I
I
see. I
don't
don't
like,
use it.
I know, and he said the same thing because I try not to use that. I'm like, guys, you guys are sick, man. You guys are
Same
like, you
thing with
have,
all my figures in my room downstairs. No stands. I got two stands.
yeah,
One for quick kick because I got him touching his foot above his head, and
that's like,
and then there's one for metalhead because he just will not stand. Man, that new metalhead. I don't know if you got him.
I did.
He
When
won't
I was putting,
stand.
no, I was putting him together on the live stream, and I almost lost one of his cannons.
Yeah.
Luckily, I found it, and then when I went to go stand him, he was just impossible, and I was just like,
Yeah,
"Okay."
he's I don't know. He doesn't have loose ankles or anything. It's just
Yeah,
he
I
will
think it was all
not
that weight.
balance.
Yeah, just all that weight, the way he's set
Yeah.
up, it's just not designed. He needs like a stand or sticky tack. I
Yeah.
can already tell. Like I can already see how that's gonna go with him. That's why I immediately just put him in the bin for now. Because like right now, I'm in the process of getting a shed so I can clean out
hmm
my garage, so I could make me like a toy garage. And then,
hmm
like I said, you and Savage, you do inspire me with these tables. Because especially for me, who does the dioramas and all that other stuff, I really
Yeah.
want to have like a setup like you guys have, where it's just like a stage,
Now, where do
and
you
I
do all your stop motion in the room you're in now?
literally right on the other side of this camera. There's a
Okay.
TV against. There's a table right up against this wall that I usually shoot everything.
hmm
And then like sometimes I'll go outside because sometimes there's just not enough space in here for like the set that I'm building.
Yeah, because your
So
shots, it's probably the way you shoot it or something. They look huge.
I try. When I
Yeah.
shoot it wide, I want it to look like
hmm
you feel like it's a movie.
Yeah. No, it
You
does,
know.
man. I'm very impressed with all that.
Yeah.
I can't
So
wait for the part two to drop.
dude, I'm working on it, man. I just finished the one scene that I had the diorama for.
Yeah.
Um, and that's the funny thing, dude. Like I build these sets, and I'm just like, you used it for 20, it stays up for like a while, but when I'm done, it's like the
Yeah.
amount of work that I did was just like
Oh, I
it's.
definitely still want that sewer diorama. I'm gonna
Oh yeah,
get with
dude.
you on that.
Yeah, for real. I have it over here.
I'm gonna,
I'm gonna,
modify it up, and but the
dude.
gist
Yeah,
of it
no,
is gonna be there.
dude. Whatever.
That
Like
that
when I
that
give it
set
to
is
you,
dope to me. I love it. The
yeah.
creativity that went into that with the Home Depot parts. That you're just like me.
Dude, for like I see things in my head,
hmm
and then it's just like ferments, and it just starts to grow,
I
and then
noticed
I
that dude
can't.
Savage is like that too. Like he saw
Yeah,
that bridge thing he made. I commented on that was dope to use a
and I was
cement thing as a
yeah,
bridge.
cement things, and
You
then
just see it.
he used the bed spring,
Yeah, yeah,
like he
yeah,
for his
yeah,
other things, and it's just like, yo, this guy's brilliant.
yeah.
Like I was like, holy crap,
You
man! I
just
was like,
see it. It's crazy how it just clicks, and you're like, hey, wait, that could be a friggin' sewer grate right there.
exactly. It that's just like just goes to show you the level of creativity of people. Like
Yes.
they see just
Yeah.
odd things and immediately they don't see garbage or
hmm hmm
they see something else. They see something. You know, that's really goes to show you, like I say, how
Yeah,
the
right.
creative
I'll build
work.
things out of the purple foam, and my wife's like, that used to be a piece of foam. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like I was doing something like that, and my wife said that she goes, it's amazing how it was just a flat sheet of foam when you brought it home from the store, and
hmm
now it's this ice cave. It's just
yeah,
crazy how
yeah.
your mind works. Uh, do you don't kit bash or customize any of your figures?
No, I got the only kind of kit passion I'll do is I was at Ollie's and there's like 12 Dusties or something. I'll buy them and then I'll just throw like a Steel Brigade head on it.
Okay, okay.
I don't have the, I don't want to say patience because that's the wrong word. It's just, I'm not into that.
I'm the same way. I don't like to kit bash figures unless it's easy. I'm the same way as
Yeah.
you.
I'll
Like the
switch ahead.
Conan,
But I don't want
yeah,
to switch arms. And that's
yeah,
why I love Crow because I like watching it, but I don't like
yeah,
doing it.
yeah. I watch him a lot now. Ever since
yeah.
I covered him, and then I watch Tony's figures a lot because he
Oh, yeah.
customizes
He's,
his
he's doing
customs
some ill
sick.
shit right there.
But my thing with figures is the rubbing of paint that comes off on joints. I
Mm-hmm.
know Tony and all those guys, they know that's the secret sauce. They know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But like whatever methods that I've tried, they never work. So I just say
Yeah,
if
and
the
you're
figure,
like me. It bothers you to see the elbow rub.
oh, it drives me crazy, absolutely
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly.
So I would just rather make it easy, like a quick head switch,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
maybe add a soft good cape or like a long coat or whatever, and it kind of changes the figure in a way.
Yeah.
That to me is as far as kit bashing as I go, because I just don't like to mess. My customization usually comes diorama and like
Yes. Same things. Yeah.
vehicles,
I'll
which
take
is
that Hasbro figure and make a environment for it rather than change the figure. You know what I mean?
exactly, dude. Well, right on, man. But speaking of customizations, you did just customize a mech,
Yes.
and I did. I'm almost done. I finally, dude. But before I get there, I want to ask you, how was that process? Did you enjoy what what you did when you saw the mech for the first time in Dollar Tree? What was your first image of it? What did you envision? Was it as exactly as you have it now, or did you see other things?
Well, I saw other things, but you start creating, and then ideas are flowing as you're doing it. You're like, oh, I should do this, and I was gonna do that, and my whole intention going into it was definitely his fire team. I wanted the black and red joint just to go with the hiss, but
Okay,
then all the lights and everything they just kind of expanded from there.
dude, the color scheme you got is top notch. I
Yeah,
love
I
that.
like that.
My wife just brought me dinner. I'm sorry. Thank
Nice.
you. But yeah, the I love that real glossy red that you have
Yeah, yeah.
on it. It
That
looks
was
real
that was
silky.
in the dome from the beginning. Those that
Yeah,
glossy, I don't know what fire engine red or whatever they call that.
yeah, that's
It's
definitely a
deeper
lot of
though.
stuff.
It's more like a burgundy.
Okay,
It's like
because
a deeper red.
even with the stickers you have on it, it matches perfectly.
Yeah, that
It
was the
looks
color scheme that I wanted to use them his stickers. That was the
Yeah, it looks
opening
real good.
idea.
Yeah, it looks real fucking good. Like I said, top notch. When I saw that, I was like, man, these guys are bringing their A game.
Well, you showed me pictures of yours offline. I'm like, yours is I like yours. I'm not gonna say anything about it, but I like yours
Yeah.
definitely.
I when I my thought process, I won't give anything away because when I do the live stream tomorrow, I'm
Hmm.
going to show it. I'm going to
Yeah,
go through
yeah.
everything that I did. But I uh I saw it and I immediately was like, this reminds me of the RoboCop, the thing
Ed
that he fights.
209.
That one, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, they kind of like put it on a mold, but didn't add any of the weapons.
Hmm.
Like I felt like
Hmm.
that the things on the sides look more like targeting systems. They look more like computers than
Yes.
a missile launcher or
Hmm.
whatever they thought it was. So whatever it was
That's what
supposed to
I
be.
used mine for. All them lights. It's like targeting.
Yeah.
That's what
So
I
I
thought of. A
immediately
bunch of laser beams going in different directions, targeting things.
exactly. So I that's exact dude. Same page, man. So
Yes.
I literally went online and I just started typing in like movie robots and Ed 209 was one. Johnny 5
Yeah. Yeah.
came up. That's where I got the idea for the shoulder cannon was Johnny
Yep.
5.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "I like that." So I just started fucking around, and I like what I came. My thing banked on getting the lights to work. Now I was telling you that through
Yeah.
text. I
Yeah.
was very intimidated about lighting because I used to do it for cosplay, but even then I was scared about because I didn't want to set anything on fire or melt foam or anything like that. I don't want to fuck anything up.
Mm.
So when I saw Aaron do it, and then you were like, "No, I did it, dude. You can do it." I was like, "All right,
Yeah.
these guys are pretty much inspiring me here. They're amping me up. I think I can do it." And
Anything you can do anything really if you just take your time and
exactly,
learn. You
yeah,
know,
exactly,
don't
dude.
just
So
jump in. Kind of
yeah,
just do a little research first. And
wow.
I watched Aaron's video a couple times about the lighting because he went through it, and I was literally watching that as I'm doing it. You know.
That's that's the beautiful thing about YouTube.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
literally what brought me there. Because like what brought me to YouTube and how I discovered most of the people. I know we touched on it a little while ago, but was really just looking for dioramas and like
Hmm.
customizers because I just wanted to make stuff. And that's how all these
Yes.
guys came to start to cascade and you go down a rabbit hole. But
Hmm. Yeah. That's literally rabbit
that's my
holes.
favorite part is that's my favorite part of this community is
Yes.
just the level of creativity that everybody has ever like your mech is different from my mech, which will both be different from the guy who already sent it. I don't know who sent it to Aaron already,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, so they're all going to be their own mech.
I'm
So like
scared to
that was
send
one thing
mine
I love
because I
about
don't
this
want it to
game.
get destroyed. I love that thing.
I'm the same. I feel the same exact way. I'm like, I'm afraid to send it because I don't want things to fall off of it
All I can
or get
picture is
fucked up
Ace
and shit.
Ventura, the beginning of Ace Ventura, the mailman just taking shit. That
Exactly.
it keeps playing in my
Yeah,
head.
exactly.
I
That's
even
exactly
went
what I
looking for
saw.
another one. I was going to try to just build a different one because I love this one so much. I was going to build a different one, but
Yeah.
I can't find them anywhere. They're gone. I got lucky when
My
it
own
was a whim. I'm like, oh, Family Dollar. I've never been in that store in my life. Or Dollar General. I'm like, let me stop in this
Dollar
one.
General,
They
yeah, it
had
was
one like on top of the soda
crazy.
machine or something.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Like
Then
there was
after
none.
that I went to like six Dollar Generals, didn't find one. So
Yeah, there was none by me. And like I said, the reason why I feel obligated to send it back is because Aaron was so gracious to send it to me. So I'm
yes.
like, I can't. He sent this to me. I
Yes.
gotta send it back. So
Yes.
he did say when the contest is done, he's gonna send everybody's back their mech. So
Yeah, that's
I'm,
twice I got a picture of the Ace Ventura thing though.
I know, dude, bro. Yeah, please. So I'm gonna pack it pretty good, and I'm gonna hope
Yes.
that
Yeah.
he does. He pays the same respect and sends it back the same way. We'll see. Uh, dude, this is the questions are done. I got no more to ask. So now we just shoot the breeze. Is there anything that you're excited for? I know June 5th they're having the HasLab announcement. Well, that's what
Yeah, I
everybody's
can't
saying.
wait to get my Dragonfly. I could care less about the announcement because that's 18
Mm,
months away.
I know. I know.
I just want
You know,
I want my Dragonflies. I got three of them
I
coming.
well, you have ordered 3 of those things.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
One
you're
two
sick.
to rock, one to stock on the HasLabs. It's the opposite for the figures.
Okay. Yeah, you're sick, dude. Now you have so that means you have 2 his tanks, obviously.
Yep. And
Okay.
then one in a
Now,
box.
yeah. Do you know when the Dragonfly is gonna like launch? Now nobody knows because they haven't said anything. Because I have
I
one.
think it's gonna be like the his tank at Christmas time.
Yeah. My buddy Tom, I just got him into GI Joe Classified, and he just sent me a picture that he bought a his tank, and like I felt like I bought a his tank.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you better bring that thing over because I want to play with it. And he's like, yeah, absolutely. I was like, all right, cool. I was
Oh,
like,
you can
so I got
definitely use it in your films and stuff. That would be
that's
dope.
one of the things. Yeah, it's one thing I asked. I said, buddy, I don't ever. I'll always give it back to you. But if I ever
Hmm.
need it, you mind bringing it so I can shoot with it? He goes, yeah, absolutely. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh. So like I said, when he got
They're
it, I said,
coming down now too, which is always the case.
I have a feeling that I'm gonna grab one at a toy show at some point
yeah.
this year. So
They started off at 650. They're already down to 450. In another
yeah,
by the when the Dragonfly comes out, they're gonna be back to you're gonna pay $75 over retail or something, which ain't bad at all.
no, yeah. So I'm fine with that. I
Yeah,
couldn't justify it when it was double the price.
you just gotta be patient.
Yeah, no, for real. And luckily I am.
Hmm.
Um, that's why I always go Big Bad Toys because Big Bad Toys always seems to like be the longest wait.
Hmm.
Like a
Yep.
lot of people get their figures and like if they order on Amazon or Hasbro Pulse, it comes real quick. But with Big Bad, it's like 3 months after they they drop or
Yeah.
some shit. But I can wait.
I
I
give
don't,
them a lot of money, so I know all about it.
buddy. You and me both, dude.
Because
You and me both.
my collection for classified, I usually buy three of each from Pulse, and then I buy one from Big Bad, but they got the collector grade.
Yeah, I saw that they come in like an extra, like a padded
Yeah, so
box.
one of my two in the box, one complete set is collector grade. Every figure is collector grade, mint
Oh,
in the
wow.
box.
And now, do you do that with every single line? So, or is it
No,
just classified?
just
Just
classified.
classified.
Yep.
Okay. So, like Masterverse is just one figure. You pop it out and
Yeah,
put it on the shelf.
yep. Everything else
Oh,
gets
bro.
opened because
What's your favorite
I'm
figure? What's your favorite Masterverse figure right now? Out of the 45 that you bought?
um. Let me think. Probably I like the Scare Glow, the
Man,
deluxe Scare Glow.
dude, that is a sick figure.
Yeah,
That is a sick figure, dude.
I
I got
can't
2
wait
of
for
those.
that Bone Throne thing. That looks.
Dude, I count down the days to the Masterverse like releases or like the
Yeah.
reveals because I'm always like, who are they gonna like? Oh, I can't wait to get the next one, you know. So like whenever they have like when I saw that throne, I'm like, please, for the love of God, make a 1/12 scale Snake Mountain or Grayskull. Like I know they have
Yeah.
the retro one, but
Yep.
that's too small, man. I want like a 1/12. Like I'm gonna try this summer to make one.
Yeah.
But I want it to be outside. I don't want because it's gonna be huge. So
Hmm.
I don't
Hmm.
have no space inside. So I'm trying to figure out if actually making it out of cement might be like the play.
Like a mold type situation. Make a mold and then
Exactly.
pour some
Yeah.
cement.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking about doing is using those same tunnels that I used for the sewer
Hmm.
and but bigger ones, right? And then either getting small blocks, like small bricks, and
Hmm.
actually putting little cement and going all the way up this fucking thing and making it from
Yeah.
scratch, or putting cement on it and then basically getting like a stamp, like a brick
Hmm.
stamp, just rolling it over the
Yes.
concrete to just make the mold, like you said, a
Hmm.
mold. So it's one or the other. I don't know which option I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, they sound like
I
they'll
know
both
that
work though. Those are dope
yeah,
ideas. They do
yeah,
like the
yeah, like
patios like that, the stamped
exactly.
patios.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Hmm.
I like to be practical. Like I want it to look like actual cement, especially if it's gonna stay outside and it's gonna
Oh
get
yeah. Plus, you can leave
rain.
it outside, and the
Exactly.
cardboard tube is meant to go away, but then your structure will still be there.
Exactly, brother. Exactly, dude. So that's basically the game plan. And I figured the biggest tube they have is 16 inches. I think that would be big enough for like figures to kind of if
Yeah.
I need to set them up on the inside because I'll leave the top open
Hmm.
so that I can just kind of stick my hand in if I need to. But when it comes to Castle Grayskull, you don't really see them inside. Like
Yeah.
it's always
It's
the
more of a
outside where he does
diorama background
the
piece.
exactly.
Hmm.
But I still want to fuck with it to a point where like, I can shoot stuff on it. Like I don't know, we'll see.
And you
But I
can
think
get
that would be
tubes
a
bigger than
great.
that, brother. You can get the tubes bigger. They're just not at Home Depot. They're not at the. You have to go to a commercial place.
Well, you know what? Thank you very much because I'm going to
Yeah.
because I needed them. I think
I've
two
seen
feet.
24-inch. I've seen 30
Yeah,
inch. They're called
yeah, that's what I
sauna
need.
tubes. They're called sauna
Sonotubes,
tubes.
exactly. Yeah, so that's
But
because I want to be able.
the home people at Home Depot, you can only get to 16.
Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna look at the like because I have a couple commercial places around me.
Hmm.
Because what I was gonna do was put like a 2 foot inside a 30 inch, so that I can just fill it with cement and make the mold, and then just take the
Hmm.
tube off one, and
Yeah.
then do all my carving and shit like that. So.
That shit's gonna be heavy. You ain't moving that thing when it's
Oh,
done.
absolutely. But that's what I'm saying. Where it's gonna go is where it's gonna stay.
Yeah.
That's a
Yep.
given. Dude. I'm not fucking around with that. But yeah, man, like I'm fucking like I said, I'm always learning. I'm always watching people because there's a few people who've attempted to make like a giant 112 ish scale Grayskull, but
Hmm.
they don't. I wanted to make it where you can kind of go inside of it and
Yeah.
shoot, but it's
Yeah.
gonna
You want to
be
shoot in everything. That's why.
exactly because, like I said, I'm a very practical guy. I just see ideas where you shoot like a sunbeam through some windows and you get like
Yep.
that fucking beautiful effect, but maybe the sword of power sitting in
Hmm.
like a sword in the stone type deal,
Yeah,
and
with
you
like a
see
little stained glass window with the sunshine. Yeah. Oh yeah. I
exactly.
got
You
the
see Prince
juices
Adam.
flowing too now, brother.
Exactly, dude. Like that's always how it's working with me, man. I always see when I look at toys, I always see storyboards. I always see
Yep.
comic book panels and stuff like that. Like
Well, you went to film school, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a waste of fucking money, but I did.
Well, they probably taught you. You already had the skills, but they must have taught you how to hone them and stuff like that. But it's definitely not worth the money. I
Yeah.
know what you're saying.
No, yeah. I learned the best thing I could say, what I learned the most from school was the technical stuff from the camera, like
Hmm.
the ISO, the shutter speed, and all that stuff. Like I was
Yeah.
shaky on that. I didn't know that, but the school kind of helped
Yeah.
me understand that. But in terms of like everything else, like I tell people, like it's just about creativity. If you're
Hmm.
creative enough, you can make films. You can be a photographer as long as you have the eye for it. It's easy to go on YouTube and just find little stuff that you need,
Yeah.
like to learn the technical stuff. But
'Cause you can't teach that.
you know,
You
I
can, no
felt like I
matter how
needed the
hard you
school and
try,
it
you
helped.
cannot
So
learn creativity if you don't have it.
exactly, dude. It's and a couple of like when I was in the school, a couple of students were like that. Like their projects,
Yeah.
they were lacking, and then they were complaining that they were lacking, and it was just like, well, it's not the project, it's the creativity behind it. It just wasn't there, man. You know, so
Yeah. Yep.
uh, but the dude, I love to me, play motion and stop motion. It's the best way for me to play with my toys. That's
Yeah.
to me, just like I always tell people, like everybody plays with them different, everybody collects them differently. But me, when it comes to playing with them, I always see movies in my head. So like if
Mhm.
I pick like when you open up a box and you pull out a figure, which by the way, because of you, I got the Mega Man from Big Bad. I saw your video. I was like, I gotta get this fucking thing. It came today. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I was really excited. Like that gets me every time. Dude, does that happen to you? Like if you're on a stream and you see somebody open a figure and you don't have it yet, and you see them playing with it, you're like, God damn it! And you go and you buy it.
Yeah, that's my curse.
That has happened to me now because it be with you. That happened to me with Savage Land. That happened to me with Yojo Jerk. Last, I think it was
Yeah.
last Monday. He was playing with that X-Men Angel figure,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, God damn it! And I went right on
Well,
Amazon
yeah,
and
I've
bought it.
broken a few rules that I have, general rules that I don't do. I don't buy Super 7, I don't buy NECA, but I see them and I'm like, shit, I need that. That happened to me with that RoboCop that I just bought.
Dude,
Somebody
I'm
did
looking
a
at it.
review on it, and I'm like, damn, I need that. The chair, everything
Yeah,
is dope. And so I went and I just got lucky and found it. Same thing with
dude,
the NECA Last Ronin.
hell yeah,
Them things are
dude.
fragile.
I don't fuck with NECA. Like
Me
that's I
either,
have
but
the Eastman Lair Ninja Turtles. I left them in the box because I'm like afraid to take them
yeah.
out because I don't want them to break. Because that was a gift from my wife, and I was like, man, I want to shoot with these real bad, but I just God forbid, I just don't want to fuck
Yes.
these things up, man.
Yeah, I
That
never messed with
that's why I got
NECA
the
till
loyal
they started
subjects.
doing Last Ronin. I love Last Ronin.
Yeah, yeah. Like I wasn't gonna fuck with NECA neither until I saw those Ninja Turtles, that 4 pack.
Yep.
That's when I was like,
Hmm.
I don't fuck with NECA, but I want that, you know. And that's
Yes.
why when I came, I was like, because I had um a friend bought me the San Diego Comic Con exclusive Superman alien figure from NECA,
Hmm.
and I took Superman out of the box. I went to go switch his hands, and it snapped. I was just like, God
Yeah.
damn it! I was like, how
Yep.
much did they spend on this? You know, so I don't
I
fuck.
saw Down
I don't
South
like
did a
really fuck with
video
NECA,
on he's getting into NECA and he bought the Halloween figure and he went to go put the machete in Michael's hand and it snapped. I was like, oof.
dude. It's crazy. That's why like
They're
with the loyal
fragile,
subject
man.
figures. Yeah, that's what led me to loyal subjects because I was like, I want Ninja
Hmm.
Turtles that I
Hmm.
can fuck with and I can pose. So I found those, and then they came, and then the Leonardo sword broke as I'm trying to put it in Leo's hands, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's why I told you I was like, these figures, be careful with the sword. I didn't realize that the cartoon versions, the
Yeah,
swords are
soft
like
as
rubber.
hell. I got
Yeah, because
the shredder you got. Yeah, I feel like I could break the weapons that the shredder has,
oh
but
for
all the
sure.
other figures I just got the other day, they're super gummy.
Okay, okay.
But they got
Because I'm gonna
I noticed they got skinny ass legs, man. It's kind of
the
bothered me a
humans,
little bit. I like the
the
line.
I wanted Casey Jones for the play motion thing, and so I was looking for that loyal subjects one. And
Hmm.
I went to Target and he was there. Right? I couldn't believe it. And I pulled him off the shelf. I'm like, why the hell is he so tiny? I was like, why? And then like when my friend sent me the shredder as a Christmas gift, and I looked at him, I was like, why is he so tiny? I was like, what is going on with these figures?
Yeah,
I don't
the
get it.
arms are
And
straight,
then
the torsos are straight, but the legs, it's like I still love them though. Don't get me wrong.
yeah,
I'm still gonna cherry pick what I want from them because they are cartoon
yeah, for
accurate.
sure.
But
Yeah. I
the
was gonna
legs
buy
just
those four
bother me.
turtles, like the ones that you have, I'm gonna buy and keep in box.
Yep.
Because I like those are the cartoon ones, so I don't want to fuck with those.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna buy another set of these Nickelodeon ones so
Yeah.
that I can kind of like customize them so they can fit in the van that I made.
Yep. Though
So
that van is
that
for
that's
them.
what I'm. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna figure out a way to kind of like for instance, I think the problem was Donnie has this big thing on the back of his belt for the bow staff.
Hmm.
So I think I can't get him in because of that. So I think that's a
And
problem.
then if you take it off,
So
it's gonna look weird with the two holes sitting in the back.
exactly. So I'm gonna figure stuff out. I'm gonna fuck with them and figure it out. I see that it's my Wi-Fi here. That's why we're getting all choppy. So I apologize for that ahead of time. But
Oh,
as
no
long as the
problem.
audio's good, you know. Yeah, but dude, I appreciate you coming on, man. For real, thank you.
Oh, no problem,
Like,
man. I was excited, man. This is my first kind of show like this, and I definitely wanted it to be with you because you asked first, a few months ago, and
yeah,
you asked me, and it was always sitting in the back of my head. Am I ready for this? And when I popped my cherry, it was gonna be with you, bro.
I I appreciate you, dude. For real, man. Like for real. Hey, listen, man. Like I said, I when you immediately subscribe to me through Savage Land because you watched the interview I did with him, and then just every
Yeah,
video you left a comment. Just like I said, it meant the world to me. So I can't thank you enough. And when you started your journey with this, I immediately jumped on board and I immediately watched every side. Still, every video you watch, me and my wife, every the Yo Joe or to something to that effect always gets me at
yeah,
the end.
yeah.
It always makes me laugh.
But you were the
But
one that pushed me over the hump. I was like, we had similar problems and similar solutions to those problems, and it's a lot easier than I was so nervous for nothing because it feels easy to me now.
that's exactly how it happened for me, man. Like I
Yeah.
just kept thinking to my like, no one wants to listen to me. No one gives a shit what I got to say. That because you find all these, like I said, I found all these channels and they're already talking about the figure. It's one of the reasons
Hmm.
why I I kind of started doing reviews and then put the kibosh on them because I just saw
Yeah.
so many.
I got
So I'm like, I
people
don't
that
really
I
want to do
like
this.
to watch reviews. I just want to
Exactly.
talk
So and
about,
I'll just
I want to integrate my life and these figures together. So that's why I talk
that's
about work
exactly
stuff.
how I
That's
feel.
why I talk about, pocket figures and what I got. And there's already enough people that review. And I just want to show some creativity and talk about my journey.
And you know what, dude? It's working. Because I mean, your
Yeah,
subscriber base is already growing at an exponential rate.
I
You
know. It's crazy, man.
like,
Like this
because even like
video,
I
I
said,
wasn't
when you
even
got
ready
a
to shoot this toy room video because I'm like, oh, in a year.
yeah,
I thought it would take a year
dude,
to get 100 people to like me.
uh, it just you got the personality, brother. You got it.
I guess,
You know,
yeah.
it's the same. It's the same with most. I noticed most of us who suffer from these ailments, we always have it
Hmm.
buried deep, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's just something as simple as sitting in front of a camera by yourself in a room, and people
Because
get to
when
see it.
I'm out, in public and stuff, I'm a quiet dude. I
Same
don't
thing.
talk
Same
unless
thing.
I need to. But then I get
I'm the same
behind this
exact way.
friggin' iPhone and I feel like I don't shut up. It's crazy.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like you think you can't talk to yourself until you actually start to talk to yourself.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh my god, this is actually pretty fucking easy. But dude, I can't thank you enough for coming on here, man. And like I said, you got a friend for life. Like I said, we've already exchanged numbers, man. We talk
Yeah.
on the regular. I'm
I'm
gonna
coming
start.
up there in a couple of weeks. Like I said, it ain't that far for me and we can chill for the day and chill,
Oh,
man.
for real. Just let me know.
Yeah.
We will definitely hang out and chill and have a great time, man. For real. I'm the reason the reason I kind of like I said when I started to go into chat rooms was because I felt like I didn't have enough friends in this community,
Yeah, I got
and I was
nobody
just
that collects toys in my at all. So
exactly.
I'm
So I was
I'm
just like,
just I'm very thankful for this community because
yeah,
I can't
because
talk to my boys that I've known for 30 years about Ninja Turtle figures. They don't give a shit.
I'm the same exact way, dude. People don't want to like, and all I want to do is talk about toys, and people just don't want to
Yeah.
hear it.
Yep.
So I was just like, I gotta find people I can talk to about toys, you know. And I just had, like I said, it came into the chat rooms, and then again, it was I gotta thank my wife. She pushed me. She said, "Start talking. You're just in there
Yeah.
listening." Like I would just listen to the live
Hmm.
streams. I wouldn't say anything, and then it
Yeah.
just started as a simple "What's up, guys?" And then you
Yep.
know it
Same.
just spins. It spins out. Now I'm like I said, I'm on this talking to you. Like I said, that's how it started with me and you. Just, hey, what's up, Woody? What's
And
up?
that's what
You
gets
know,
me too.
legend.
When I watch other people's video and they're like, "Oh, Woody 222," I'm like, "Damn!" They're like talking about me in their video. It's blowing my mind.
Dude, I feel the same way. The first time I heard you thank me, the first time I heard Savage Land shout me out, like it was like a hit to the heartstrings. Like,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
when Ninja graced my
yeah.
stream and he basically stayed for the whole thing until he went to go do his own, and then started talking about me on his own, then talking about me
Hmm.
again on the members only.
Yeah.
It meant the fucking world to me, you know. And
He
then
actually hit me up the other
Jay
day on
Gonzo
on
sent me
YouTube and left me a message. Crazy. I was
dude,
starstruck.
it did. Yeah, and then like Jay Gonzo sent me a package today with a letter, and just the letter got me. Like I
Gonzo,
couldn't
what
believe.
up?
Yeah, so shout out to Gonzo. Thank you so much for
Hell
that
yeah.
package, man. I'm gonna show it tomorrow on the live stream. I hope you're with me on there tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be
Um,
there.
you know, because like I said, I got some fun things to show. I'm gonna show the mech. Like, by the way, before I wrap it up or whatever, I got the lighting to work, so I'm very
Nice.
excited. Like, yeah, you got to hear me today. I was like a little kid, like yeah, like when it all turned on.
It's all
But so
yeah.
now I just
You do all the wiring and then you're just like, please work when
it
I
just
flip this switch.
that's exactly. I was like, "Go on, please turn on." And when it turned
Yep.
on, I was like, "Yeah!" Like, snap. So now I just gotta like fix it all in so you don't see
Uh-huh.
it, and I should be ready. I gotta like attach the battery pack. I like what you did
Hmm.
with yours, so I'm kind of, no offense, just gonna kind of
No.
follow suit and pretty
Do you
much
still have
mount it
the
the same way.
parts from the battery pack too? Like from the figure, you know how that's the rack that's holding my battery pack is actually the part that the figure was on.
That's what I made the thing for his arm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I
I'm like,
tried to use
Alex.
all the parts from the
Yeah,
package.
that was bro. Same thing. When I saw everything come, I was like, a lot of the stuff can probably be recycled. So I
Exactly.
usually keep all that stuff, especially when like vehicles come with that screw thing.
Yep.
Always keep those screw things because you can always
Yep.
use those.
I got a bin of them right back behind me of all those
Yeah,
screw things
dude,
and
for real.
anything that comes with a vehicle, I save it because one day it could be a rack that holds a battery
Yeah,
pack or something. You never know.
like the Buzz Lightyear plane I made. Those screw things is what holds the guns. So the guns articulate on the side of on the
Nice.
wings that I added. It was all
Hmm.
from the recycled little things from the plane itself, man. Like in the letter that Jay Gonzo sent me, he basically said like, I'm sending you some stuff here because most people might see garbage, but you know, I know creative guys see
Yep.
something else.
Yeah,
So it was
definitely.
just like, man, like I said, you whether you don't know it or not, you are touching people and you are
Cool. Yeah.
showing
Thank
people
you,
the
man.
same way that I did. You know, like that
Hmm.
even people who have certain ailments can push forward, can push through, and not only create something amazing, but make friends along the way
Yeah.
that you didn't think you were gonna make. So,
Yep.
I
Definitely.
don't want to be all sappy, but this is a sappy episode, I guess.
No, it's facts. You're spitting facts, man. Because like we've never met, but we'll talk on the phone and text, and I feel like I've known you a long time because we're
I feel
the
the same
same.
exact way. I feel
Yeah.
the same exact way. And then to like I said, and to know that you're not alone in the struggle,
Hmm.
whatever it is, it's very comforting to
Yes.
know that you can text somebody and just be like, hey man, um I'm going through some shit, and
Yeah.
you're going through I know you've gone through it too, and maybe you got some words that you can kind of help me
Hmm.
through this with, so
Yeah.
that's what I extend to you on this podcast today, dude. If you ever need me, you got my number.
Well,
I'm
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 lucky.
there.
I got a shrink on deck, so.
That is very true. That is very true.
Sometimes it's aggravating though.
I could
I don't know how
imagine.
many times I hear, "How does that make you feel?" Like sometimes you just don't want to talk about
Yeah.
it.
That's fucking great, dude.
But we got a
Uh,
chaise lounge and everything in our bedroom. It's crazy.
just walks you over to it when she hears
Yo,
you.
yo, yo. Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
dude,
Sometimes
like
I'm on it and I'm like, "Come up here, I need you."
you're on the clock. Get up here.
Yep,
We
yep.
got to talk. Buddy, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, dude. You have an
Same,
open
bro.
invitation. You ever want to come on a live with me? You ever want to just do this against pre-recorded?
Yeah.
Like I said, I apologize to anybody who's watching this. I'm sure the audio is fine. The video got a little messed up because like I said, I'm doing it wirelessly. But this is the first time I've ever used StreamYard as well. So,
Yeah.
I
I
usually
used it
use
one
Discord.
time.
Yeah, I usually use Discord, where basically you would join my server. I have a private server. You would join
Hmm.
that, and then I would just run it through my big rig computer here for streaming and stuff like that. And I would just record it to that.
Yeah, you're
But
speaking
like
gibberish to me now. I don't even know what none of this.
this is why I bit the bullet and I
Yeah,
went with
I
StreamYard
appreciate
because
it,
it's
man,
just
because
yeah,
tech is not
it,
my thing.
yeah, it's just easier to send the link. Just come on, join.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crow is the same way when I did his. Like he's a
Yeah.
great dude, man. He's a great dude, but watching him trying to navigate like the layout of this thing, this StreamYard was
Hmm.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
Watching all these guys navigate through this stuff is pretty funny. I'm gonna be quite
Yeah.
honest with you. It makes me laugh. Um, but yeah, man. Do you want to put yourself over, or do you want me to kind of plug your stuff?
Uh, I don't really have nothing to plug besides the toy room tour. I'm gonna do it in two parts because I got two
Nice.
rooms now. So
Hell yeah. That's sick, dude.
we had an empty bedroom. My oldest, moved out, and we've had an empty bedroom for a while. And I'm like, I put that big ass table down there, and I'm like, I still need more room because I want to. Downstairs is all Turtles, Motu, and GI Joe. That's it.
Oh,
Everything
nice.
else is like the overflow is up here, and
Okay.
I got shit all behind me on the floor up here. I'm. This one's gonna probably be in like a month, but the other one should be out Monday
Awesome,
afternoon
man.
after I get out of work. I want to edit it and do it right. I found a format that I like for toy room. I don't want to have like the shaky camera and
Yeah.
making everybody motion sickness. So I found the way I filmed it, but it's gonna take some time to edit it and do the
Transitions.
transitions or whatever you call those. And
Yeah, yeah.
so that's my day tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing all that on an iPhone.
Jesus. Yeah, you're a better man than I am, brother.
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna
I
get a computer like probably within a month.
yeah. Like I use Adobe Premiere, but that's been
Now I
like
wanted to
because
ask you a question too.
I
I got to go desktop, right?
I would
Okay.
I mean, listen, if you want to go laptop, it depends on how much editing you're going to be doing. Like I
Well,
said,
I
your
just
daughter
want to add clips. I really am enamored with that. Like add a
because
little
if
clip.
you
Like
don't want to, if you don't want to, the good thing about building a computer would be the fact that you could upgrade it. Like so, if you want to
mhm,
swap parts out because when the one's out of date and stuff like that, you could probably do that.
yeah,
Um, but if you just want something that you can just edit on, I would highly recommend a MacBook Pro because it.
yeah. I'm gonna go Apple definitely.
Yeah, so I would just go with a MacBook Pro. You could get a big desktop if you want, but like a good MacBook Pro, top of the line, it runs all these programs no problem.
And that's a
So you,
laptop though.
yeah, I
Okay.
edit. I've edited full wrestling events on this laptop that I'm doing this with you right now on. So it
Hmm.
works just fine. And I would recommend using Final Cut Pro because it's
Okay.
much more user friendlier. The editing
And that
software,
lets you add the clips and like.
everything. You can do
Okay.
everything right there on there, like, and it has really good transitions already built into the program, so you don't
Okay.
have to worry. Like I said, everything's right there. It's very user friendly, so you can kind of watch a couple of YouTube videos and figure it out
And that
probably
comes
within the
with the
afternoon.
computer, or you have to buy that kind of stuff
It
separate.
doesn't, but you can buy it through the App Store on the computer. So you
Okay.
just go on the App Store through the computer, type in Final Cut Pro, and it'll come out. I think it's about $300, but it's
So that's a
like
one-time
pros use it.
charge though.
Yes, does not
Okay.
monthly. You
All
just pay
right.
it
All
once.
right.
You got the program.
Okay.
There are
And then
ways
it will
around it
upgrade, and
if
if
you
it
don't
has
want
new
to.
things, it does it. You don't have to pay extra for that because you paid
Yes.
the three on it.
No, if you
Okay.
pay for it, you should probably. But like if you don't want to pay for it, I find workarounds. Uh,
Yeah.
you
Well, I might
can.
hit you up for that.
Yeah, so I
I'm
can
definitely
always
gonna have
help you
some
with that.
questions for you when I start doing that kind of stuff because
No,
I'm
dude,
going to my
that's
oldest for like building and what I need and stuff.
yeah,
But she doesn't know how to edit. She's a gamer. She
yeah,
knows how to build a
yeah,
computer.
yeah,
She's
yeah,
like you said. She bought this chip and that chip and put water cooling, and she knows that
yeah.
part of it.
When it
I'm gonna
comes
go
to
to
when it
you
comes
for
to
all the
editing,
editing.
yeah, when it comes to editing, you just need RAM and processing power because
Okay.
of because like when you're done with like let's say you do a half an hour video, you put a bunch of clips on it,
Mm-hmm.
um put some transitions on it, you put like graphics or whatever.
Yep.
If the processor's bad or the RAM, you don't have that much RAM, the render time, which means like when you export it,
Yep.
is just going to take forever.
Okay.
So the faster the computer, the faster render time, the more like you can kind of push it. So if you want to make it like I tend to go on After Effects, another program, and make effects, make like
Mm-hmm.
my own lower thirds and stuff like that. Um, this this laptop runs it pretty good, and this isn't the top of the line MacBook Pro. This is like a mid tier MacBook
Okay.
Pro that I have. So if you get top of the line, it has
You're
really
good.
good RAM. It has good processing power. You should
Okay.
be able to run that whenever you need to. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I would recommend that. Listen, if you don't want to bother your daughter to build you a computer, I would just go with a
Well, I
MacBook
hear
Pro.
some people say you got to go desktop because you can, if you can build it, but you understand what I'm trying to do now, and it's never gonna
Yeah,
go any higher than that. You know, I want a
yeah,
clip
dude.
of like the dude from
It's
Friday saying, "Damn!" Like I just want to get that. That's it.
yeah, yeah.
You know, stuff
So
like
it's
that. I'm
simple.
never gonna
I like I said, a MacBook.
create. I see, yeah, people
Yeah,
creating the graphics. I'm,
man. It's like I said, it's an art form in itself. I tell people all the time, like
yeah,
photography is an art form, and then the graphic design and all the effects, that's a whole other
mm,
art form in itself.
yes,
But
yeah,
if you're just gonna do basic editing,
yes.
then I would highly recommend just a simple MacBook Pro and Final Cut Pro should get you no problem. Like I said, you could get Adobe Premiere, but you would have to pay the subscription. I think it's like $30 a month. And if you're not going to edit all
Oh
that
yeah,
much, then
no.
just
See, I'd
bite the
rather do a
bullet, pay
one-time fee type thing.
yeah, then just go Final Cut Pro, and you can't go wrong. I was
Okay.
listening to other guys, like the 3 Star Draw. He was talking about a program that he edits on, and
Hmm.
while it's a cheap program, it's a cheap program. So eventually,
Yes.
it's
Hmm.
not gonna do what you want. Like it's gonna have problems. So like
Yeah.
go top of the line. This way you don't have the
Okay.
headaches. So Final Cut
Hmm.
or Adobe Premiere, you can't go wrong with one of those.
Cool.
So
That's a cool.
that's literally
I'm gonna get my laptop probably in a couple of weeks. So when I come to your house, I'll just bring it, and you can kind of show me some shit.
well for sure, dude, for sure. And they, like I said, they have so much shit that like when you start to kind of go down this rabbit hole,
Yeah.
you'll start to figure out all kinds of cool stuff you can do with your videos and shit like that. So
Nice.
it's like editing is like I said, it's an art form in itself, but it's not hard. It's just tedious. So it's
Yeah,
just a
I know
slow
what I
learning
want to
process.
do. That goes along with the creativity kind of to the deal. You know, it's just
Exactly.
executing it is going to be
Exactly.
my issue. But I can learn that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just take your time. It's a slow burn, but you'll
Yep.
figure it out real quick.
Hmm. Well, yeah, I see
But that's all
Savage
the
saying
time.
every
That's all
week
the
he
time
gets
we have,
better and
Wood.
better with it.
So,
So that's my plan.
dude, that was one of the things I he thanked me for. Like when he
Yeah.
was on the show, and I kind of taught him about lighting, just lighting
Hmm.
his stuff a little bit better. Now I see his pictures that they're amazing now. So
Yeah.
I'm just happy I
Yep.
could help. So
Yeah. That
I'll help you the
I
same
would
way,
never
no
do
problem, dude. Whenever
photography,
you
but
guys,
that blew my mind when you said, "Why would you put a giant light on a tiny figure?" And it just clicked. I was like, "Why would you? It doesn't make sense."
yeah, like I tell people all the time. Yeah, it is. I think I've shot grown people. I've shot toys.
Hmm.
And sometimes even the small lights they work on people.
Yeah.
So get the
Yeah.
small lights, man. If you're gonna get into this, like whatever it
Hmm.
is, it doesn't have to be photography. It could be stop motion. It could be play motion. Just light it correctly, and you'll be amazed at what you see on the other side of the video
Yeah.
screen.
No, that
You know,
Silver Surfer photo you did was dope. I like that a lot.
that was in front of a TV screen.
Did you like
Like that's
edit out the stand or something,
yeah.
or how did you do that?
I had him hanging. I had him hanging on a wire. So it was a
Nice.
very thin wire right behind his head, and I
Hmm.
was able to just kind of they have this thing in Photoshop that you can basically clone and blend with the background.
Yep.
So I was
Yep.
able to just literally blend out the
Nice. Yeah,
blend
that
out the
photo was
wire.
dope because he's on the angle like the comic book and everything. It's perfect.
It was one of my most favorite pictures. I've taken a few, like, but
Yeah.
that one when I saw it on the computer screen, I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit, that's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, that you're
I
just
couldn't
proud of
believe I got
yourself
that
at
one.
that moment. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a few times I've seen pictures where I'm like, "What the I can't believe I just got that shot."
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know? I sent,
Mhm.
um I sent a few to Punk for his Monday stream, so I'm excited to
Yeah.
see if he's gonna show those.
No, yeah,
So,
he will.
I hope I see them on yeah, I hope I see them, I can't wait for that stream. Uh, but dude, that's all
Definitely.
the time we have, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me,
Thank you
man. I
everybody for
appreciate it.
joining us. Yeah. This is Woody, the Figure Addict, Woody Triple Two, right? Is it Woody Triple Two, the Figure Addict, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It's Woody 222, the Figure
Yep.
Addict is YouTube. He makes great videos. You can follow me at legends_series on all the stuff, Instagram and all that shit. Most of the photography is on Instagram. I'm trying to kind of put it in the community board now on YouTube, so people who don't have Instagram, like Woody, can kind
Yeah,
of
like
see what I
me.
do with my toys. Yeah. But I appreciate everybody who's watching. I appreciate the comments, the likes, and please just keep them coming. As always, I'm Tony. This is Woody. This has been Talking Figures. Keep on playing, everybody.